Japan's music industry has seen a lot of teenage singers over the years, and with social media, the barriers to sharing music are lower than ever. While most of us were playing video games or binge-watching TV during the pandemic, this 12-year-old girl began teaching herself how to sing and play the guitar. She started posting covers on TikTok under the name Tuki, hoping that people online would take notice. But what set her apart from the thousands of other artists trying to become TikTok famous? Well, she made history. By the time she reached high school, Tuki already accomplished what some artists spend their entire lives trying to achieve. A debut song with over 100 million streams, a chart-topping album, and even an appearance on Japan's most prestigious music show. But despite her age, she actually has a forgotten past. I'm Goose, and today we'll be going over the rise of Tuki. While we don't know her real name or what she looks like, we do know that Tuki was born in 2008 in a home filled with music. Her parents took her to live shows for bands like Nico Touches the Walls, and Tuki was moved by their performances. She began learning classical piano at 4 and dreamed of working in a music-related field as an adult. In middle school, Tuki began writing and composing her own songs, and when the pandemic gave her a long break from classes, she learned how to sing and play her father's guitar. After a year of practice, she began uploading covers on TikTok. Her first one was uploaded on April 17th of 2022, a cover of Takaya Kawasaki's Magic Carpet. Besides covers, she also partook in TikTok's Spring Singing Challenge and ended up winning the Ruria Award. As Tuki's covers reached TikTok users across Japan, it didn't take long for her to be noticed by TikTok themselves. She was invited to join the TikTok music program and was given support for song production. This led to live appearances alongside other up-and-coming artists. Most people don't know that Tuki actually released an original song under another name. It actually placed on a Billboard Japan chart and had nearly 90,000 plays a month after its release. Although, when she changed her name to Tuki, everything Rui-related was either removed or privatized, with no explanation as to why. One day when Tuki was lazing around at home, her father told her, "You only have about 30,000 days in your life." These words are very impactful to Tuki. She immediately began working on a new song, and on July 7th of 2023, she uploaded a video of her performing its chorus. This untitled song gained a lot of traction, and in response to her fans' request for more, she uploaded a video of the bridge 10 days later. The song's working title was Full Course, given it was a recurring phrase in the lyrics. But after learning about the Last Supper in school, she decided to name the song Bansanka, meaning supper song. The lyrics share a struggle between love and the fear of hurting someone. This full-course meal is a metaphor for love, and she writes that despite these challenges, time will make it more meaningful. I presume the verses related to nights are directly inspired from that phrase her father told her. Like her typical Japanese teenager, anime and manga are two of her biggest influences. She also writes about her own life experiences, and Bansanka in particular was based on her experiences with flirtatious guys. Initially, Tuki wasn't too confident about the song. She questioned whether she had enough talent to make music that resonated with people, but that didn't stop her from trying. She borrowed money from her dad to both record the song and have a profile icon made, saying that she would pay him back when she made it big. Bansanka was initially released in August. It was then available for digital streaming in September on Otsukimi. It immediately blew up on TikTok and debuted on Billboard Japan's Hot 100 chart in October. Her first YouTube video was an acoustic version of Bansanka that was recorded by one of her father's friends, and it reached 1 million views after 9 days. The official music video was later released in December, actually to Tuki's surprise. She's a huge fan of the Promised Neverland series, so her father hired its creator to illustrate the video without her knowing. Given all the attention surrounding Tuki, a number of mainstream artists began to take notice of her, most notably Yuri. He's best known for Dried Flowers and says that for each year, there are only around 3 or 4 new songs that truly impress him. Bansanka was one of those songs in 2023. The pair even became friends over covering the song and have since done more collabs together. Besides riding the wave of Bansanka, Tuki released her second single, similar to her first in both sound and theme. By the end of the year, her TikTok fanbase had quadrupled from the time Bansanka was released. January started with the release of her third single and Tuki being selected for Radar Early Noise. It's a yearly initiative where Spotify picks 10 up-and-coming Japanese artists and tries to expand their listener base. Artists like Vondi, Zutomeo, and Natori were previously featured, so they clearly had high hopes for her. By the end of the month, Bansanka was topping charts, and Tuki became the youngest solo artist in Japan to have 1 million total streams. She started making appearances on TV and radio, and with each new single, Tuki proved that she wasn't just a TikTok sensation or a one-hit wonder. The first two charted on the Billboard Japan Hot 100, and the rest garnered millions of streams. Her sixth single is the one that stands out most to me. It's an upbeat track that uses traditional Japanese instruments, makes for quite a danceable beat, and contrasts the vocals and production for most of her other songs. It was also used in a commercial for the game Astrobot, which is quite fitting when you notice the controller in the cover photo. 2024 was already a phenomenal year for Tuki, but it ended with another big achievement, an appearance on the 75th edition of Kohaku Utakasen. If you never heard of Kohaku, you definitely need some context. It's a yearly New Year's Eve TV event that features the top Japanese artists. It's a big deal for new artists to be invited, given how many of the participants have been around for decades. A lot of young people have lost interest in Kohaku recently, so Tuki's inclusion and her performance of Bansanka made some buzz online. It's crazy to think that within 3 years, she went from learning how to do karaoke to releasing one of Japan's most popular karaoke songs. On January 8th of 2025, Tuki released her first album. It contains 15 tracks that she wrote before turning 15, including 5 new songs and 2 bonus remixes exclusive to the CD release. All of Tuki's music so far has been released under her own private label called the Lunar Landing Plan. The album's cover art was also done by the same artist who's done all of her previous work. You may be curious about these lunar references, and they relate to Tuki's name, as it means moon in Japanese. There's also this character named Usagi-san who keeps appearing as well. Some of her social media handles have a 15 in brackets, but given she's turned 16, it's simply a part of her brand now. Although the album has only been out for a week since recording this video, it's already topped the Japan iTunes chart. It's also gaining some attention outside of Japan, so I can only presume it will make the Oricon chart eventually. For anyone outside Japan who wants to purchase the album, you can get it with my CD Japan affiliate link in the description. At 16 years old, Tuki has already made her mark on the Japanese music industry, all while keeping her personal life private. Faceless singers are becoming more common in Japan, and it's for a good reason. Privacy is becoming more valuable, and having this faceless shield makes dealing with criticism and expectations a lot easier. But for Tuki, there seems to be a more underlying reason behind her choice. She describes her music career as something she values doing casually, but as a hobby. Tuki has always wanted to work in a music-related field, but not necessarily as an artist. She didn't imagine doing this kind of work, so that's why she isn't showing her face, so that she doesn't close any doors to future opportunities. When asked about her goals, Tuki said that she wants to get better at dancing, get a boyfriend, perform live, and live a quiet life in the future. And that's everything to know about Tuki. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe for more J-pop content. I also have a Discord server if you'd like to chat or play some games. Otherwise, thanks for watching.